Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining me, Living Divinity. Today I want to talk about what a bully must be thinking. And you might say, well, who is she and what would she know about it? So I'm here to spill the tea on something that happened when I was growing up. I was going to junior high school. I was in 7th grade. And there was a group of us neighborhood kids that we would walk like a mile to the theater in a group at 7 o'clock at night or 8 o'clock and return home at 10:30, 11. Pitch black road that we had to walk down and up. And we were the gang, we were the group. So it wasn't only junior high, it was high school students. It was a junior all the way down to 7th grade, and there was like 8 of us or so. So across from one of my friends' family, the family home of my friends, 2 men moved in, and they had a son. Well, you know, in the 70s, in the area that I lived in, homosexuality was not seen too much. As a kid, we all ganged up on the young man. Rest in peace, Jeff. I don't want to say his last name only because, I want to respect his family and all. But we took it out on him. We took out what we didn't know, what was confusing to us. We took it out on Jeff. And some of the neighbor kids were throwing eggs at their house and on their cars. But we always bullied Jeff on the bus ride to school and back. And there came a time where he had it, but he decided to attack me. My brother, he's a year and some days older than me. He kept just saying right, left, so I was just swinging, like he said. And, God bless, Jeff fell down to the ground. And my brother's like, kick him in the head. And he just laid there in the fetal position. And inside me said, no, this is wrong. And so I just turned around and started walking away. And he came to attack me again. And my brother yelled out, he's coming for you. And I turned around and just started swinging. And then he ran into his house. So, to protect their son, they relocated. We didn't know where he went. We were just kind of glad he was gone. So life had its turns, and I ended up going to a different high school my freshman and sophomore year. And Jeff was a year grade higher than me. And I was coming down the hallway, and he saw me and I saw him, and he crouched down against the lockers in the wall, and he just got into a fetal position. And I went to him and said, Jeff, I'm not going to hurt you, I promise. I said, I'm so sorry. I said, this is high school, I'm not going to hurt you. But you see, I traumatized him so bad. So anytime I saw him, I would go around the other way so he wouldn't he could have free passage without any worries. But it's a lesson that I learned. What was I thinking in my mind? I was thinking about the peer pressure. I was thinking about, being for the group. My mind was not in the right headspace. Peer pressure it's a real thing. Then the not funny, but the thing about it is each family, we were all different walks of life, and all of us partook in abusing this poor kid. So I think I was like between 27 and 30. My brother calls me and he says, "You should sit down." And I said, "What's wrong?" He said, "Do you remember Jeff Kaya?" I said, "Yeah." He committed suicide. It was in the newspaper. What could I do at that point? What could I do at that point? But feel guilt and feel ashamed that I probably helped that along. He was a new kid in school. We should have embraced him no matter who his parents were. In any event, after that happened in high school, in my mind, I made a change. And I decided I would never be that person again. And where did I learn that from? If you listen to my other messages, it was handed down to me through my family. My grandmother on my dad's side to her son, my father to his children. And some of us decide to make a change, and some of us decide to remain the same. The ones that remain the same, they make you feel like you're less important. And that's a reflection of them, how they're feeling. It's a terrible thing to think that your family's really not your family. I've been a very giving person by God's grace. I've given to people, and when it was time for them to give back, I got nothing, or I had to pay the debt back in full. And yesterday when I was speaking to my sister about our family, I said, I heard that grandma, my mom's mom, was like a white witch. And I heard that my grandma, my dad's mom, was a black witch. And back in the day, they were at odds for the same man. Well, my grandfather chose who he chose. And they began a family. And my grandmother was left out in the cold regarding those three people. And she had my dad. And as my dad was growing up and my mom was growing up, they were like in the same circles. And my grandmother wanted my dad to be with my aunt and not my mother. And my dad became married to my mom and started her family, and my aunt married someone else, my uncle, and they started their family. But the thing is, I told my sister, I said, none of us, all of us that were born into this family never really felt love. And then my dad's mother placed a curse on my mom, saying she'll never feel love no matter what. So you can believe it or not believe it, but I'm here to tell the truth that I know. When you curse that upon someone, their offsprings automatically get that. Their offsprings automatically feel like they're not enough. Their offsprings feel like, will they ever find true love? Their offsprings are left out in the cold. So, for example, my oldest sister, she's married the man. She's been with the man for over 50 years. And there's been one point since I got back, and she's like, I don't even know if Richard loves me. I said, what are you talking about? He loves you. He's always with you. He's always there for you. He's been steady. He's been your rock, and you've been his rock. How could you say that? It's the feeling from the curse. So I trust in the Lord that when I speak the truth about generational curses, that He will lift the curse upon my family for future generations to hold themselves up high, to regard them as someone special, to embrace who they're supposed to be without conditions. So I say to Jeff, I'm so sorry that my head wasn't in the right place, my heart wasn't in the right place, that I hurt you. I know you must be in heaven for all the abuse that you've taken. I know that God doesn't just decide if you kill yourself that you're going somewhere else. Because God is a compassionate God. He's a loving God. He sees what you've gone through during your life here. And it was cut short. And Jeff, I learned a valuable lesson about how to treat people. I'm sorry. I'm sorry it was you. So many times when bad things happen, we say, I'd give my life to turn it all around. When someone's that low, and they do that to themselves. When your vibration is low, negative entities will come into your head. They will come into your spirit. They will tell you to do that because there's no other way out. So Jeff, I pray that God has you and that you have no more pain and you just have love. And you're a great angel in heaven, a warrior of love. You deserve it. Like I said, I'm not keeping secrets about my life because what I've done or what I've gone through, other people might be able to learn. Other people might be able to hear it. Other people might let it touch their hearts. Other people might decide to make a change. Other people might stand up to the bully. Thank you. God bless.